In this video, I will demonstrate how to use Zotero, which is a free open source citation management tool. As you can see, you're going to create a personal library. You're going to collect your resources. You're going to organize them into folders and subfolders. You're going to work on your citation page for your research project or paper, and you can sync between accounts, and you can collaborate or share with others. Here at OTC, we have some citation tools on the library homepage, Night Cite, and I forget, there may be a couple of others. As you get your journal article or your book, you hand type in the information and it generates you your citation. The difference with Zotero, by registering and creating your online account and then clicking the download now and putting Zotero on your computer you're using currently, it will actually save all the bibliographic information for every resource into the personal library. And if you're searching a database with full text articles, it's going to save that complete article for you to pull up later and read. So you've basically got everything at your fingertips for your research project. So first things first, you are going to click on the register button, and you're going to go through and you're going to sign in for an account. And you'll put in your username, your email, password. You'll get an email to you that will ask you to confirm that this is a legit email. And we'll go back to the home page. Registering gives you your online account. Then secondly, you need to click on the download now, and you can have Zotero as just a plugin for Firefox, or it can be a standalone library for Firefox, Chrome, or Safari. Each one's going to look a little different. The standalone is like it means, it's standing alone. I downloaded the plugin for Firefox to where you're going to see your personal library at the bottom while you're doing your research online. And basically you'll click on the install button and go through the process. Your Firefox will have to restart and everything like that. I'm not going to go through the download and do the restart. So let's go back to the home page, and as you can see up here, you see the little Z. That is Zotero. So when I click on the Z, it does bring up my library at the bottom. This middle box will be where all of your books, journal articles, newspaper articles, that's where everything will be stored as you save them. Over here, you've got my library. If you click, you can add like a new collection, a new folder. You can export your library. Over here on the right hand side, as you add your items, that's where the bibliographic information is going to go, which will help you then to build your citations, and we'll cover that in a little bit after we put about 3 different items into our library. As you're searching for different items, your Zotero icon will change. It might look like a book, it might look like a sheet of paper, depending on what you're wanting to save. Also, you can manually add an item to your library, and there is a more button if you need more things. If what you're seeing is not on that first drop down menu, there is a more menu. There is a little wand, so you could just enter an ISBN number, and you've got where you can add an attachment or you can add a new note. Before we start to add anything, let's go and click on the gear and go to our settings, go down to preferences, and under general, you need to make sure all your buttons, all your boxes, all the boxes are selected. The most important one is open PDFs and other files within Firefox when possible. And then you'll hit OK. The other item under preference is sync. And this is where when you went to the register button and you created your account, this is where you'll put in your username and password, and you want to always sync automatically and sync full text content. So that way, right now, I'm just on my computer under the download now. But by putting my username and password and I want it to sync automatically, everything that I'm putting in my library, even though I'm just using the plugin right now on my local computer, by having this all syncing, then if I went to Zotero and I logged in, I would still see the same items in my library. Okay, so now we're ready to start adding a couple of items. I'm going to the OTC library, and I am a Civil War buff, and that new movie, The Free State of Jones, I had being interested in the Civil War, I did not ever know this place existed and how they were fighting and trying to succeed from the Confederacy and be part of the Union. So I'm going to do a keyword search in the Swan catalog. Give it just a minute to bring it up. And you can see that there is a book, The State of Jones. Right now, as you can see, there's several books out there. And if you look up here with your Zotero, you'll see that it's a folder. And with the folder, I could save all of these books. I could hit the downward click and I could say save this whole library catalog if I wanted to. But I think I just want this first book. And when I go into the actual record, now you see that it turned from a folder to a book. So I'll hit the drop down arrow and save this book. And as you can see in this bottom right hand corner, it says saving to my library. So it should disappear once it's completely saved. So now I've got The State of Jones over here. If I hit this little drop down arrow, there it's originally published. So these are some notes that go along with that book. Okay. And so when I click on just the book, if you scroll through here, it's got all the information that you'll need to later on create a citation. So that's your bibliographic information. Under notes, these two notes originally came with the record, but you can add your own note if you'd like. Now, it already gave you a bunch of tags, but you can always add your own. And there's nothing under the related button. So it's that easy. And like I said, by doing the download and signing up for your account and making sure it all syncs, wherever you go, you'll have this information. So let's look at EBSCO. Let's look at a database. So I'm going to go back to the previous screen. Okay, I'm searching in Academic Search Elite. I'm doing the Civil War, U.S. 1861 to 1865, and I'm going to put State of Jones. And I'm going to hit search. And so there's a review, there's an academic journal. So again, you see that there's a folder up here, which means I could save all of these if I wanted to. I'm going to go to this one. It's out of the Smithsonian. It's the Raging Rebellion of Jones County. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. And now it's changed to a document because we're doing a journal article. So I'll go over here and I'll hit the down button and I'll save to Zotero using EBSCOhost. And as you can see, there we've got the Raging Rebellion of Jones County. It doesn't have a little triangle to give you some other information. It's still saving. And then once it's done, again, you have the bibliographic information. It didn't come with any notes, but let's say there's a certain page in this article or the book that you wanted to quote from. You can add your own quote by adding a note. And of course, it came with some tags as well. So, in the 5 minutes of this video that I have remaining, I would like to show you that you can always use this folder and create a new collection. I'm going to call it Civil War and hit OK. And so I've got Civil War. If I go to my library, I can drag my information there. So now I've got both of these under the Civil War, which I spelled incorrectly. Let's rename it. But it never leaves the main library. So it's always in the main library, even though you moved it to your collection. If you didn't want it no longer in the main library, you could probably delete it. Now, so let's say with the book, I am ready to do my citation. If you right-click, you can go down to Create Bibliography from Item. And here's where you can go through APA, MLA. You can choose what citation style you like. I'll just go with MLA. And you can do it in whatever language. You've got citations versus bibliography. You can save it as a rich text format. You can save it as HTML. You can copy to clipboard or print. I'm going to copy to clipboard because most people already have a works cited page started. So let's hit OK, that we want to copy it to clipboard. Let's go and open a Word document. I'm going to open up a blank Word document, and then I'm going to hit paste, and there you go. As easy as that, you've got your citation for your works cited page. And that is a brief overview of Zotero. Again, I really like having all of my resources down in here in this library. I like having all of my articles, books, websites. I like having it all together, and then I can immediately right-click and do my works cited information, my works cited page. And one thing I didn't cover is if you were to go into one of the databases and preferably JSTOR, because I know they're all full text items, articles, once you save the bibliographic record, it will also save a PDF so that you can actually go back and actually open up the journal article later to review. So to me, this is a very valuable tool when you're doing research, and I think your students will like it as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found this app to be a great benefit to you and your students. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact OTC Online at online@otc.edu. Thank you.